right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Forward Echo podcast. We do have a mystery guest this evening. To Jake, say hello.
Hey guys.
And this is a hint I am absolutely willing to give out. This Jake from State Farm is a league player. What do you guys feel?
Everyone knows Nova's a competent team, and they're capable, they're accurate, they're quick, they're slow, they're fast, but I don't think they didn't know what hit someone 6 foot over takes this in 2.
Oh my god. Zucks and Ducks are a very good duo. I think they can take this in 2.
6 foot over's got this in 3 rounds.
Do I smell a little bias? It's so obvious at this point, honestly.
I do have to get an official guess on who they think our mystery guest is this week.
For a final guess, I'd say Rickster. I'm still confident on Rickster.
He's done a really good job in hiding who he is. Sorry, I've got it. It's YouTube. 100%.
For anybody curious, we will be on Sunday. The first thing we will do on Sunday's recap is reveal Jake.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
There it is.
All right, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to what will be the final match of this VRML1 channel, Chaos versus Skull-Crusaders. Not quite the final match of the night, as over on VRML Channel 2, we do have Sir Dimwee about to cast as well. It's going to be a match between Reboot and There Is No Team. So a couple different matches to choose from, but if you're joining us here for this channel, we have Chaos and Skull-Crusaders ready to get underway. For Skull-Crusaders, got themselves a MMR here of 1130 and 2 wins, 6 losses on the season so far, looking to just gain some foothold here on the season. The same as kind of applied to Chaos, granted, coming in with an MMR of 1160 and 4-7 record. The thing with Chaos, though, is they've actually won now 3 of their last 4 games, so starting to find their stride. But we are getting ready to get started here. So everyone in the stream, welcome. And yeah, here we go. It will be Chaos Skull-Crusaders. Sir Dimwee hopping in the chat there saying, who is Jake from State Farm? Indeed, on the Echo podcast, the Forward Echo tonight. Or the Weekly Echo, I should say. See, I always get that wrong, I swear, Dimwee. But the Weekly Echo is tonight, reviewing the weekly games. It sounds like... Okay, someone got an early crash. Technically, you're supposed to play until the goal is scored, but I mean, if these teams are both okay with just restarting now, that's fine. I mean, less than 20 seconds into the first round, I mean, it's reasonable enough to me, so looks like they will opt to restart, and that's just fine. But yes, so the Weekly Echo will be tonight. They review, the matches of the week. They go over the predictions that his guests have made. Over on Mondays. Mondays are when you have Forward Echo, and that's when they make their predictions. So, of course, Jake from State Farm was the alias of the anonymous guest that appeared on that stream. And a lot of people having their suspicions, but it will be indeed confirmed later on tonight, in roughly 45 minutes or so, as soon as that match on VRML 2 ends between Reboot and There Is No Team. So, yeah, definitely be on the lookout for that. But with that said, we've got ourselves round 1 for real this time, ideally. And rolling out here, Skull-Crusaders and Chaos. Chaos over on orange and with first possession. Again, Chaos, one of those teams, they had a slower start trying to find their foothold as a roster, as a cohesive roster. That bounce shot just off. But lately, the last couple weeks, they've looked good, winning 3 of their last 4. We just saw him, I think last night it was as well. But yeah, just really starting to come together as a team. For Skull-Crusaders, just as well, they're trying to find their stride as a team. There is Filibust. So busting open the first goal of the game for Skull-Crusaders with that nice pass from Oculus-Sator. Excuse me. And I'm going to need to take some drinks here during this. Again, my voice is kind of shaky lately, so apologies for that. But you might hear me croak every now and then. Croak as in my voice, not croak as in die. At least I hope not. Anyway, Dano will take this disc here, get it actually knocked loose. That's going to be a quick shot thrown out, but Mamba will recover. And Chaos right back on the offensive end, looking like they're not going to be able to make that one. So trying to get it back is Oculus-Sator. But as I was saying about Skull-Crusaders, they're another one of those teams. They've gone through some roster changes in the recent weeks there. So they're just trying to find their foothold. I know Filibust here joining in, and I was kind of informed on that situation prior to the match a little bit. And yeah, Skull-Crusaders looking to do some work here with Filibust, part of the main roster now, and looking to establish that with Oculus-Sator, who is one of the newer members to the roster as well, joined a couple weeks ago. He's one of those players I mentioned in the previous stream, having been a long time player for the last almost 3 years now. Going for Soisi. Here's a rebounded play off that Oculus-Sator shot. Backboarded and then rebounded for the 2. But Oculus-Sator, another one of those long-time players who just hadn't gotten involved into competitive until just, well, recently with VR Master League. And he's been doing very well. Each and every game so far, he's played 3 or 4 matches thus far, and he's really been just piling on the stats, legitimately leading the way in almost every category practically at times for his team. Really impressing despite not playing competitive before, or 4v4 for that matter. Now that one from down low, it looks like, I believe that was Oculus-Sator who got it. Anthony Gasolini. I've gotten credit. So not Oculus. See, I'm all in a disarray. It's Chaos. Someone from Chaos got it, but Ant Gas from Skull-Crusaders almost saved it. But regardless, it will be a 2-point lead. Still, and Chaos looking to defend here against Skull-Crusaders. But definitely excited to watch these up-and-coming teams and seeing how they do. I know dating back to the preseasons for Chaos, they were one of those teams that I definitely had my eye on. They did have, similar to Skull-Crusaders lately, Chaos in the preseason were just going through a lot of roster changes week to week practically. A lot of substitute situations. And and those times where they did have like full rosters, they were looking good. Like their core was looking good. It was just a matter of finding the time, finding the chemistry. And I think now in Season 1, Chaos starting to find that chemistry. But of course, they're going to have their hands full with a team like Skull-Crusaders, who are indeed a team of talented players looking to impress here tonight. Going in there, it's almost made it, but Farafo just has it snagged at the last minute. Could have been a good-looking dive down on the goal as Chaos rolls out here back on defense and taken by Skull-Crusaders. Reset to Soisi. So nice cross pass there. Consecutively to Skull-Crusaders back in their hands, but Farafo will snag it out of there, look for the clear, gets it through the tunnel, but the immediate boost already coming from Skull as well. But just the same, you do have Mamba there joining in and into the goal. That once again almost saved by a Skull-Crusader player, that time Soisi, but no, it was Mamba diving in there to score it. And speaking of roster changes, actually, I mean, there you got Mamba. Not sure if that's a new join or just a substitute. I think it's a substitute. He joined League Substitutes earlier today or yesterday. That's right. So, yeah, Mamba in there for Chaos, and, that could play a part. So I was just talking about their roster changes, but they are dealing with a substitute tonight. But just the same, they were also using a substitute yesterday. It was an autistic gamer who came in and substituted for Chaos and helped lead them to a victory just the same. So, really, this core for Chaos, these 3 members currently in it, are doing quite well for themselves these last few weeks. I know we see Late Toast in there and Curry in a hurry. So there's Curry, the other Chaos member, looking now to dismember them for a goal. But over here, Chaos does recover. Dano sends it back into the tunnel, where it does, in fact, get through the back liner. So with some time to spare as people try and gather their stacks. There's Ant Gas, there's Dano. Dano getting stunned by Soisi, and Cakester trying to turn it over again here, just contesting now, looking for a stack with Dano. But just as well, Skull-Crusaders already have their stack underway. And looking to make a play. That's a tight angle. Doesn't quite make it, but a rebounded play will go to Oculusators' hands. Soft pass over to Filibus, and now backing it out again. So great patience being shown and displayed here. Recollecting themselves and trying to find better opportunities at scoring. And there it is. I mean, that's as good of a shot as you're going to get. Filibus essentially going in for a one-on-one versus a goalkeeper and bringing their lead up now back to 2 points. So launching out now, Chaos back on the offensive advantage, but really just trading goals the last couple of plays where these teams are not really pulling ahead. No one's pulling ahead quite yet. Cakester trying to tie this up again for his team. So a good handoff here to Mamba. Mamba going deep there, just missing the hands of any intended target. So it will be Antgas with the intercept, and now a clear from Soisi. So Oculusator, Filibus grabs it rather, getting stunned out. Cakester sending it down to the bottom, taken right back by Oculusator, and a quick delivery right back to the team. So the passes, at least in that sequence, right on line. Good patience being shown yet again from Skull-Crusaders. Not in a rush to bring it up faster than they need to. They want to maintain control. That is priority, and they're trying to go for it. That's a great pass up there. Contested quickly, though, by Mamba. So Antgas now with the disc. We'll back it out to Oculusator. Another pass, another shot. That one off of Cakester, I believe. Couple players diving for Chaos, going in for a hook shot, just dinging off the bottom of the goal, slapping it out, and looking to contest. Dano does get a slap out into the tunnel. Very, very nice passing from Skull-Crusaders, but good defense from Chaos to get control once again. And now just looking for their own passing plays here. Dano going to be stunned out, but does find a pass over to Farafo just in the most timely manner. Sending it right back to Dano now as the defense had left him. Going for a delayed pass. Will be overtaken by Oculusator. So now taking that one, shooting it. Just will miss, but a great short-range boost now from Antgas and Oculus. So they won't miss and go up by 4. Doubling their score total over Chaos with 2 minutes remaining. Still the first round, however. And still, obviously, plenty of time for a pair of goals on Chaos' side to come back or, force an OT or even take a lead. Who knows? So slow play again, developing here, this time for Chaos' side, but pass slightly off. Oculusator going to go for that ramp shot. Immediately look for the boost with Soisi, but same with Skull-Crusaders. Mamba gets on the recovery first. But look at just how fast, again, once more, these stacks, they're really, really doing good on the awareness end of things, just getting back to collect these discs every time it goes side to side. So Skull-Crusaders definitely impressing on that end. But that said, Chaos collecting it by the end of things. A good pass over to Mamba, trying to go one more back, actually resetting to Farafo. Didn't like the angle, so they'll try again, and that's never a bad idea. Oh, the great pass, couldn't finish, unfortunately. But otherwise, that was an excellent look. Very, very tight woven pass, threading the needle. Dano McFabulous trying to thread one back to Farafo. And again, the reset here, taking some bad bounces, though. So Mamba needs to get rid of that rather quickly, and does so at least successfully for a moment as Dano gets a nice shield. It delivers it to the shield. Cakester makes it. So after a volley for 1 minute and 15 seconds, finally, Chaos does find a goal. Wasted a lot of time for better or worse because there's only 20 seconds left on the clock. They'll have, looks like maybe 12 seconds or so left to make a fast play on defense to recover here. Or on offense, rather, to get it back. But it looks like that won't be the case. So Skull-Crusaders, they do get that clear, and that's all they really needed. Don't even need the shot. They'll still go for it. But that will, in fact, end the round. So very, very close match here to start things off. But Skull-Crusaders coming away with that first victory in this match. 8-6. All right, and as you heard there, we'll be getting a timeout here momentarily, it seems. Some tech issues potentially in play. I think they said Oculusator, potentially doing a restart. Or not Oculusator. Someone from Skull-Crusaders, it looks like. But yeah, so it will be a rematch, and they're going to take a quick tech break, allow them to restart their hardware, and we'll be back here hopefully soon with the next round. But in the meantime, we'll go to the highlight screen at least and see, you know, what that match played out like. Again, pardon the occasional silence there. Just trying to stay hydrated. A lot of talking today, obviously. I mean, 14 matches. I haven't done 14 matches, but there have been 14. Or actually, I think 13 because one of them was a forfeit. But 13 matches today. So, needless to say, there's been a lot of talking, a lot of streaming, and we're happy to get in as many as we can. But yeah, so that first round, very close. Neither team really able to pull ahead by too much. We had some goal for goals traded a couple times where teams maybe scored a couple in a row. I think Skull-Crusaders there, but Chaos still brought it right back and ended it on a 2-point loss. So sticking right in it and definitely in good position, if nothing else, to at least have a good second round here and hopefully force that third round that we always love seeing on these streams. Getting that best possible competition. But yeah, so we're still, looks like we're waiting on Soisy, it is, and he did say that he was restarting his PC, so I imagine it might be a couple minutes. But hopefully he gets back in shortly. And actually, as I say that, he just did. So there's Soisy back in the match with some time to spare yet, and we'll be good to go in the second round any moment. See what happens here from Skull-Crusaders. But yeah, so Skull-Crusaders, they mentioned their earlier struggles on the season, but looking to start picking things up here. Looking good in the first round, obviously, and Filibus coming in here, another one of those players. I mentioned so many of them, quite frankly, over the course of these streams tonight, who have been involved in the game for a good while, but just not involved in competitive play. That applies to many players in this match right now, getting involved in comp for the first time with VRML. It's great to see. Filibus, one of those players. Oculus-Sator, one of those players. Antgas, one of those players. I mean, the list goes on. It's really fun seeing all these new rosters develop and just grow as a team and grow their chemistry over the course of the season. So right there, a low headbutt just stays in mid and is actually backed out now to Filibus, the aforementioned. And Oculus-Sator taking it over here. So going to Filibus right back. Off of that first round win. You can hear the catapults also going off in the background. So people trying to get those extra boosts and just make the most of their opportunities. We have Soisy going to Oculus-Sator now, but he'll be stunned out by Farafo. So good brawls by Farafo to cause this maybe turnover if they can recover. What they need to do now, look for that boost. There it is. Mamba and Farafo going for it. Recovered here, deep shot, made absolutely by Farafo. Great shot, and I'm hearing apparently, yes, so we do in fact have a crash, this time coming on the behalf of, who was it? Soisy, Filibus, Oculus-Sator, Antgas, there you go. So, restart not being hit, seemingly though. So I'm not sure what's going on there. But still a lack of a restart. So the rules are, if I might have to in fact look at the, hopefully someone noted the time on their end of things, but so typically you're allowed a single tech timeout from what I recall in a match. But you're also allowed up to 5 minutes between the rounds themselves. So even though the timeout of sorts between rounds 1 and 2 was for tech purposes, it could technically count as just the, in between round intermission. So, yeah, kind of up to the players on that end. Like I said, I'm not looking to police at all. It's basically, if the players wish to press the rules, they can definitely press the rules and ping a mod. But a mod I am not. So, hey. Looking to continue this this game. It looks like a score will count there for Chaos. 3-0. And 9 minutes on the clock is looking like what they're going to settle with. So good enough for me, as looking to roll out on offense will be Skull-Crusaders. Lining themselves up in the catapults and ready to go. Got a pair above, and where's the others? A pair down low, I can only assume. So over here, Skull-Crusaders rolling out. There's the lower pair going out for that orbital drop rollout of sorts you see from several teams in the league, in both regions, in fact. That short rollout at the ramp. Cakester having the disc sent to him and sent right back down to Farafo. So Farafo rolling up here. Some brawls going on in the back line. Maybe a number situation unfolding if they press it, but no, because now the defense definitely returning towards the goal. So Chaos now just looking to convert on a straight-up play, but a little bit astray. And a send out by Oculusator will find a clear as the boosts do let loose. That's pretty bad grammar. I apologize. Shame. It's been a long day, like I said, lots of casts. But over here, Philibus will come at last with a pass to the back line. Anthony Gasolini, excuse me, or Ant Gas, as I love and prefer to call him. A shot being missed there, just dinging out the post. But still maintaining possession. Oculusator now has a chance. Goes for a pass. Philibus, one more delivery, perhaps just past the hands of Oculus. So couldn't quite convert, and that's okay. So far, you know, Skull-Crusaders have been just making up for any mistakes with those fast boosts. Right there, they did get there first, but getting stunned out by Cakester and co. Looking for a pass. One more at last for Raffo. And that was a really nice series of short-range passes in a triangle formation to buy themselves a couple more points. 5 for Chaos now in round 2. Looking good so far. But very, very nice passing plays from Chaos now to open up this round. So rounding out here at the bottom of the bubble, disc getting knocked loose. Chaos looking to build and just dinging. Very, very, very close. And that could have been great for Chaos's momentum just to further it, you know, up to 8 points potentially, 7 or 8 points off of that shot. But a near miss. But in the back line, midline rather, Farafo takes it back, looks overhead to Dano. Dano, a good pass, recognizing Mamba up top. Mamba now one more, but just past the hands of his intended target. So a little bit strong on those passes, and will result here in a clear, a boost, and maybe some points. Oh, dings twice off the corner. Unfortunate. So both teams missing on some opportunities there, as the frantic play will continue. More clears, more boosts, more recoveries, more dings, in fact. Why not? Getting it back is Farafo, but losing it off the wall. This game going a little bit off the wall with some of these back and forth plays. So close on some of these opportunities, but just not able to convert on either side. So over here will be taken by Philibus. Philibus coming through. Good cross on over, but nice pressure. Oh, nice stun from Oculusator, though. I was going to say, Chaos had some nice pressure being put in the midline. Getting back on the front line even, so Chaos now really showing their quickness. Really in the first round, is all about Skull-Crusaders. They were showing that patient play. They were showing that quickness on the stacks, but almost flip-flopping in round 2 because Chaos is doing a lot of the same things. Now a save, so Cakester, the defense, great save, great boost, great brawls, great everything at the moment. The question is, can they get a goal? Can they find their boost right here? Looks like it's not the case. The backline being bothered. And those are always the toughest things because you feel like for Chaos' side, you do almost everything right for 5 or 6 consecutive plays, just playing excellently, and then you can't get back on the offense. But that said, that shot has a chance, but just will graze it through the rim, even twice, in fact, grazing the rim. Dano takes us over, has a couple options over on the shoulder as well as the floor. So opts for the floor pass, might just bounce up towards the shoulder after all, into the hands of Mamba, and back towards Ant Gas, who tries to send a clear, but just goes into the corner pocket again, and maybe another one of those plays where we're just going to see some back and forth and see who scores first, who breaks this cap that seems to be on the goals. Now that's another deep shot there taken. A good leech from Mamba. Gets there first and reaches the goal. So Mamba finding, finally, after almost 3 minutes, of non-scoring across both sides here. Finally get ourselves a three-pointer on a breakaway from Mamba. Pulling ahead here, 8-0. So Farafo and Dano now maybe causing a turnover again. Could be looking for some more offense. So Farafo gets it through just over the hands of Skull-Crusaders. Have a pass over to Mamba. The team play really impressive from Chaos as well as Skull-Crusaders, but round 2 has really been all about Chaos's team play. Round 1 was all about Skull-Crusaders' team play. So something's got to give eventually. Right now, though, Chaos just giving Skull-Crusaders a run for their money for sure. And right there, that's gonna get really close to the rim. Getting taken back by Soisy. Soisy getting stunned. And Dano taking it out of there with a clear. Late toast over in the chat. Sorry, I know you sent that a little while ago, but catching up here just a bit while I have a moment. Thank you for the cast today. Not sure if you figured out, but I was on Rush preseason. Yeah. After like 2 minutes later, I finally got it. But so many teams and so many different names. It's hard to always place. It was on the tip of my tongue for like a full few minutes, and it was kind of driving me nuts because I forgot, but I didn't forget. You know what I mean? But yeah. So over here, Farafo having that stunned out. Antgas trying to contest. Skull-Crusaders comes away with it. Goes for a shot attempt, but that is denied by Mamba with a great grab as more stuns go out. And Late Toast asking about Curry in a hurry. From what I recall, because I asked Curry yesterday also, I believe the cable broke for Curry, if I remember correctly. So over here, we'll go to Skull-Crusaders. And Skull-Crusaders does get a clear. They're going for another one of those ramp shots maybe, but just a self-pass, if nothing else. Now going across the Filibus. Filibus right back to Oculus. So there's the great passing, at least initially, but I cursed it, didn't I? But intercept from Antgas will buy them another go at it. So that clear, that back pass attempt perhaps it was. Too strong here to collect. So slowly floating by. Oh, great leech from Filibus. Just reaching for the skies and finding themselves a hold on that player's legs, it looked like. So that was a great job by Filibus to retain possession for Skull-Crusaders as a pass gets delivered to Filibus. Gets socked in the face, though. That one out of place, not in the goal. Couldn't buy themselves a double-digit lead. That would have been good for Chaos. Still maybe great for Chaos if that goes in, but just missing as well. So Skull-Crusaders taking it back and looking for the pass right on line to Filibus, who then sends a deep one in the clear. So Skull-Crusaders getting there first, and what a slap shot for the goal. And for the second time in this second round, 3 minutes between goals. That was the case last time too, just 3 minutes of back and forth, but no scoring. So that's twice now. We've had 2 goals in the last 6 minutes of play. It is very much a drought here on the offensive end. Some of that, a lot of that, frankly, caused by some huge brawling and great defense around that bubble especially. But yeah, both these teams really back and forth. There you go again. So another brawl in the bubble, but another take, and you see what I mean. Good plays from both sides of, both teams involved. It's not one of those things where, they lost it just for the sake of it. And that one, well, they make that pass and the shot for the sake of it just to end this round. Dano, Nick Fabulous will take round 2 for Chaos. So we are, in fact, going to that third deciding round in the next minute. So well done to Chaos for the comeback victory after losing the first.
This round's over and done. Orange walks away with the W.
Oh, and that actually reminds me real quick, too. I don't know if my ping will get through. I hope it will. But I do need to inform these teams, actually, to make sure the clock is right. Because there was a restart, I think, with like 9 minutes. So I don't know if anyone will actually get this ping. I hope they do. But yeah, because of the restart, they had about a minute into that second round. If they do start this third round, it's going to end up being at 9 minutes instead of where it needs to be, which is to say 10. So I don't know. I just pinged them. In fact, I'll even do it again. Just because. We'll see if it works. I don't know. Cam Jam G in the chat saying, kind of nervous, not gonna lie. Skulls have been doing almost everything right. Let's go Skull. But yeah, we oh boy. All right. Well, no one hearing my pings, so I guess we're in for a 9-minute round 3, which is not ideal. Especially depending on how the round ends. If it's a blowout, it won't matter as much, but otherwise, not the most ideal start to things. We got to remember, if you restart the clock anywhere through a partial round, by the time the next round begins, it'll still be stuck on that time. So indeed, we're starting already 1 minute expired. That, you know, shouldn't be the case. But that one, ooh, almost in the place, but Filibust will take it. So good grab from Filibust, but Mamba for Chaos still gets it back. Dano goes in for a 2, and that's what it do. It's assisted by Cakester. Skull-Crusaders falling at the victims of the first shot here. Chaos just trying to continue what they started in round 2. So see the chat going on as well. Some people, you know, cheering on Skull, some Chaos, some don't even care. They just want to see a good match, and that's what I want at the end of the day. I have no horses in this race. My horse is VRML itself, and good competitive games because they make for more entertaining casts. And I don't have the stats for you, but I want to say, honestly, as back pass goes out here to Cakester, so hold that thought. Cakester going to send it over to Mamba. Low momentum, great short-range pass. One more for Raffo. Fantastic passing play from all involved. Just breaking apart the defense with really quick, frequent passes. That was gorgeous.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6,
On that note, I already forgot what I was even saying before I said hold that thought. So away we go on this launch. Skull-Crusaders on the offense. Someone remind me in the chat. My goldfish brain. Long day. I'm forgetting things left and right. Going in for a tight shot. Couldn't quite make it. And yes, gets it to a Filibust. Filibust going over to the Ready at Dawn logo. Oculus-Sator does collect off the bottom of the floor and looks to deliver it back to Filibust. So now into the bubble it will go. Top of the ceiling for Raffo. Gets stunned out by Oculus. So Oculus taking that disc and sends it back to Filibust, and just looking good here. Again, the patient, the passing. Chaos definitely since the second round has been looking on top of it, but Skull-Crusaders as well. They look great in the first. Right there hiding behind the Geo Cakester. So the intercept and back on the offense now here for Chaos potentially. So now a steal won't go for the goal, almost. Trying to unwind, and Oculus-Sator taking it here into the bottom area, the ramp. Back passes out to Antgas. Antgas finding the pass to Filibust and trying to evade those two defenders. But very, very tight play. And there goes my voice. See, I'm going to die one of these days. But anyways, Filibust is going to go for the play, and what a save from Cakester. Soisy now, a second save from Mamba that time. Just back and forth. It's crazy right now on the defensive end. So Oculus-Sator, oh, the shot almost in the goal. Couldn't quite make it. Unfortunate, but his own rebound, it looks like, off that leech, and right back to the hands of Chaos. Now, excuse me while I go absolutely silent because I need some water desperately.
possession moves to the blue team. Get to your launchers.
Oh, hi, chat. Nice shot by Cakester there. I was hoping for one of those scoring droughts while I solve my liquid drought on the casting end. On that note, got a few casters already on my list to sign up. I think we're gonna see a little bit of changes in the casting roster. Just getting some more on board so we can have those covered. I mentioned earlier, by the way, too, especially if there is anyone who can cover specifically the afternoon games in North America, which is to say the European time zone games. Definitely give me a heads up, DM me on Discord, because we're looking for some of those. And right there, Soisy looking for some goals. There's the first couple points now for Skull-Crusaders. Very well done.
11, 10, 9, 8, 7,
But yeah, all I really ask ultimately is any casters who can do at least 1 or 2 matches per week. Nothing huge, but if we can get some more help, especially on the European games. But even some of these evening games for North America, on busy days like this, it gets really tough. We had some help today. We had Skinny Sir Dimwee hopping on for some casts, but yeah, going over here though into the bubble, be taken by Dano, and now Oculus-Sator actually coming away with it off the backboard, right off the triangle, finds the angle, and brings it right back to 1-point game. So actually, yeah, 3-point shot in timely fashion because only 3:44 left on the clock. Again, it should technically be about a minute further because of the restart. They accidentally started round 3 with 9 minutes on the clock, so not ideal, but hey. Over here, it will still be taken back by Skull-Crusaders. Going to Antgas's hands, though, the intercept. So Mamba trying to play up here, dealing some punches out, and in the bottom now of his ramp being taken over. That's going to be a shot just off, it looks like. Rebounded here by Oculus, trying to dive through. Could see that one coming from a mile away, just knowing Oculus-Sator. That's exactly what he's likely to do anytime there's someone flying at him from that angle like that. So quick stacks. Nice punch, though. And Dano takes the goal. 8-5. So Chaos pulling back ahead, but still only by 3 points. Anyone's match, anyone's game. I'm just happy that it is the case. Round 3. Oh, and I do remember what I was going to say earlier, finally, that I did forget. Yeah. So I was going to say I don't have the stats for you on it, but I feel like just anecdotally, a lot of these Sunday matches, the final match of the night specifically, seem to end in third rounds and in overtimes. I don't know if this one will have an overtime or not, but I've just been noticing it over the course of the season that a lot of these final matches that I do on Sunday nights specifically end in round 3. I don't know why, but they do. And a lot of overtimes too. We can go the whole week with very few round 3s at all. And then on the last match of Sunday, we'll get a round 3. And I'm just saying. I don't have the stats, but it feels like that. Now going out into the midline here off this clear. Some boost coming in. Will be taken back by Filibus first. Sending that deep clear into the opposite side. Chaos in the defensive zone here, the bubble. And a pass just missing the hands of the targets, but Soisy gets it, but on target with the punches. Mamba and Dano McFabulous looking for that clear. Now need to find a boost. Maybe a little bit delayed on looking for the boost, and that could cause some trouble, but maybe not, because Cakester, the secondary stack from Chaos, were there to collect that disc, but could not find the goal. So snagging it right back is Filibus. Skull-Crusaders down by 3 with 1 minute remaining. If they can get an open 3 here, this could be huge. Tie up the game. Gonna go for it, and there it is. 8-8. 1 minute left. And what did I tell you? We are in position. I mean, you know what? I'm not gonna jinx it, but I'm just saying it's a close game. I'm already happy with the third round alone, so don't get me wrong. That's fine in itself. But this has been a competitive matchup. It is tied up. 44 seconds left. So Cakester rolling out here, an important rollout, and an important turnover maybe if Skull-Crusaders can find this disc. They do. Oh, but just missing. That's going to be tough. Hopefully they can recollect in time, but that's going to be a stack coming in really fast for Chaos. Excellent awareness to get back quickly to the front line. Don't get the disc back immediately, but that stun may in fact do it. So it does. Dano McFabulous, 19 seconds on the clock. Turnover after turnover. Neither team willing to give up a single inch here. It is a absolute battle, a tug of war. But who's going to come out on top of this victory with 8 seconds left? 7. Could we in fact be looking at that overtime? I don't want to jinx it, but I feel like the time is not on the side. So indeed, the uncanny round 3 overtime in the last game of Sunday night. I called it. It happened. I'm excited. But I really should start tracking those stats because I'm telling you, this has happened so many times now, weirdly enough. But hey, there you go. It is anyone's match here now to close us out. Now, a lot of the time, you do see these OTs, as I often mention, they will end rather quickly. You'll have one joust, you'll have one quick headbutter of sorts or a slap through, and then a bunch of players get stuck on the other side. This case looks like it will be the case. A bunch of players stuck on the other side as Gas goes in for the win, 10-8.
Good game. Good game, guys. Oh, that shit was tight. We gotta get some more screens, y'all.
Yeah, absolutely. I got it.
And just, yeah, letting the players talk it out there for a moment. That was, you can hear it, the good games, the sportsmanship, very fun to watch, very fun to witness. Look at those stat lines, though. Man, I don't even know where to start. I mean, for Skull-Crusaders, 9 points. For Oculus-Sator, 2 assists, 3 saves, 2 steals, 32 stuns. Again, just dominant force on his team, no doubt. Really impressing over the weeks. Gas with 2 points, 1 save, 10 stuns. Filibus with 1 assist, 2 saves, steal and 6 stuns. Soisy with 2 points, 1 save, 1 steal, 26 stuns. Then for the Chaos folks, it's Dano with 6 and 32 stuns. For Rafa with 4 points, 2 saves, 1 steal, and 24 stuns. Mamba with 3 points, 2 assists, 2 saves, and 28 stuns in his subbing debut here. And then Cakester with 2 points, 3 assists, 4 saves, and 20 stuns. That game was just, yeah, great way to end the night for me. There is still a match going on that should be ending in the next 10 to 15, I think. For Reboot, and there is no team. Don't know how that's going, but yes, that'll be it for this particular channel and this particular stream. And like I said, I'm just happy to end the night on a note like that. That was an exciting game. Overtime ending in round 3. Couldn't ask for better. So congratulations to these Skull-Crusaders for coming through in the end in the clutch. For Chaos, they've been looking great in recent weeks. Again, I mean, they've been winning their games and starting to really pick it up as a team and looking cohesive on that chemistry end. But both teams just played excellently. You know, the speeds, the stacks, the brawls, and then the passing. The passing was super impressive from by all accounts from both sides. You know, when it came to scoring, there were some really amazing passes in there, passing plays where it was just a series of 3, 4, 5 passes that led to goals, and that's what you love to see. And so that's what's gonna happen as the chemistry develops for these teams. So again, pardon me, my voice is just about fully dead, but luckily I have no more to cast tonight, so I can take that as my own little victory and give myself some voice rests over the next couple days, assuming that Monday and Tuesday are pretty thin on the casting end, which usually they are. There's usually not too many games played on the first few days of the week. So that said, if any teams are scheduling for those days, by all means, do it. But just keep a mental picture of Palidore in the back of your mind, looking at you with really sad eyes and a sore throat and saying, please just let me not cast for a day, because I can't help it. If I see a match and it's not going to be streamed, I can't help it. So help me out here. Just kidding. You do what you want. That's all good. Anyway, so that will conclude this stream. Glad everyone tuned in, enjoyed the game. It was fun. Quick note, tune in to Sir Dimwee's channel, okay, over on twitch.tv/Sir Dimwee, because his podcast, the Echo, will be beginning really shortly here. The weekly Echo, that is to say. So they'll be unveiling that mystery guest that we saw make an appearance over on Monday, and they'll be revealing who it was, and they'll be going through their reviews and going over those predictions that they made earlier in the week. So that'll be fun to watch and starting imminently, basically. So tune into that channel, and we will see you back on this channel in week 6 starting tomorrow. So be on the lookout. Until then, I've been Palidore. This has been VR Master League, and that's been one heck of a busy Sunday. Thank you for joining, and I'll see you again real soon.